Hello, lads. Welcome to the Lawrence Jameson Show. I'm your host, Lawrence Jameson. We have a very special show today, this Sunday. We're gonna check in with my mate, Pigmalion. There's a lot of projects going on, lads. Let's go see. Oi, Pigmalion. Oi, mate.
Howdy, Lawrence. Howdy, folks. A lot of folks be coming around here asking me how I managed to produce such high quality and quantity. They just don't understand. It don't make no sense to them. They say, how can I find the time? What? I'm working a 50-hour-a-week job down at the railroads, touring the world as an international country music superstar, racing in the NASCAR Winston Cups, fighting in the championships for the UFC and the octagons, not to mention wrestling alligators over there in Chalmette, Louisiana. Where do I find the time? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Some of y'all slickers might have had this learned to you up there in one of them colleges or universities, but I'm gonna tell you, country folks sometimes get this taught to them down there in kindergarten. Anyways, it's a formula. It goes like this: procrastination plus prioritization plus perspiration equals time management. Now, if you can't wrap your dadgum brain cells around that, I tell you straight, it's like this: if you want something bad enough, you'll find the time. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And that's just the black and white of it. So once you understand that, you'll find you not only have a time to play the games with your little dollies, but you have a time to paint them all up, build some dadgum buildings and houses and all sorts of fantastical things. Look, I got a game going right here, right now. Tyranids and Jane Steelers versus Stormcast Eternals. It's gonna be a goodness just starting there anyway. But now I hear you saying that you bought too many minis, that your eyes got bigger than your stomach. You went down there to Games Workshop and bought $500 worth of box sets, starter packs. Now you can't get them painted, you want to get them painted in there, and you think you got a backlog. I'm here to tell you, you ain't got a backlog. I got a backlog. So come on in here and lay your eyeballs on this here. Starting right over here. This seems to be just a bunch of junk. I got it rolling around, and on this side, some flock I need to put away in one of my drawers. Here's a drawer, ain't full of nothing but flocks, terrain pieces, things I used to build different sets of terrains. Over here, look at this mess. I got a palette full of glue here, various glasses that I use to look at things. This is just junk. Now we need to move over here to my projects. Now all these projects we're fixing to look at is the ones that I got that I'm going to get to directly. They're right here. If they get on a box and get out of my sight, they ain't going to got to. But as long as they're up here, I'm going to get to them shortly. And you're going to see next Sunday, when you come back by here, how much of this I got done. Now, first of all, I'm gonna tell you, since the release of that Shatter War Armageddon, I done had to drag out all manner of old Necromunda guys and gangs and things of that nature, and then I got a lot of them. They've caused a bit of this backlog up in here. As you can see, I believe it's a scavy gang and some people that's been converted from the original Necromunda gangs. You see this fella here, and I'm looking forward to getting this guy. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. Now I got some these look like old zombies or ghouls. Some of the first Games Workshop ghouls they had. They're in there. They got to based and re-primed. I think they just barely got started way back in the day. I believe I can re-prime them. Over to here, I got 3 fellers. This looks like Imperial Guard officers. And they're metal. They was originally slider basers. And I'm cutting them up. I'm putting them on 32s. I'm pretty much going to everything on 32s unless it's just a little small model. And then I'm going to go to 32s. And here's another gang. That's a real nice game. I can't remember what the names of them were, but they just ate up with flamethrowers. And I'm going to repackage them up. See if I can't make them into a list for that gum Shatter War. And get in something with them. Now over here I have, of course, Dull Coat. Now if you ain't using Tester's Dull Coat to finish off your minis, I just don't know what you're doing with your life, son. Because Tester's Dull Coat, there just ain't nothing else. Coming up in here, I just need to mention this real quick. I've been a big fan of this here Rust-Oleum brand of the camouflage. And I've been pretty much down on this here Krylon. Because you're reading that there, ultra flat, that line. The line is not this Rust-Oleum. You can't really go wrong with Rust-Oleum camouflage. But Krylon, they must have heard me, seen a video of mine or something. They done stepped up their game considerable. Because they done come out with this stuff here, this Color Master Primer cover, whatever. It's a good, one of the best primers I've ever used. And it's really quick. I believe it just come out. It was terrible expensive. I believe $7, I believe is what I give for it, but it has done some good results, and I'm priming a lot of things with black right now. I'm gonna come on out and see some other projects I got going on, because I got them stacked up from here to, you're gonna see. Got a Terminator Captain collector edition I done got down at the local Warhammer store when she opened. I gotta get her put together, somehow get it painted. Here's a stack right here of certain things. That's some more blue hards from my Zinch forces. More dadgum hybrids. That's about 16 more of them dadgum dryads. And there's a Sylvaneth woods I need to put together. This is a stack of stuff that come out that Shatter War box. I need to chop it up. I ain't gonna use them dang orcs. I may just give them away to somebody. I need to chop up all these scouts and get them put over here and put all in these bits boxes. But like I said, over here I just got this what is it? Balewind Vortex. I just picked that up. That's a pretty good deal. It's only $15, and it looks like it may improve some of my wizardly activities considerably, because from reading the rules, it looks like this here tornado, it'll blow everybody out from about 3 inches and give my wizards the +1s on his casting rolls and the +1s on his unbinding rolls as long as he's up there. And it looks like to me that as long as he's up there, I ain't gonna be able to get to him in a close combats. Have to shoot him off of that thing. But I'm going to paint it up and give it a go in one of these games. Now over here, I just picked these up for $6 just the other day. It's by this tabletop art I believe I ever made over in there in Germany, and for $6 I got a whole mess of these fences, and the quality is just outstanding from this company, and I cannot produce that for that price by scratch building it and all that. Coming over here, of course, I got a box full of terrain that I'm making another terrain piece from. Here's I believe the Blight Kings and the Blood Warriors, Reavers. Some Blood Reavers is left over from that shadows over hammer haul box. Gotta get to them. I done painted up about everything else in there. Coming over here, and this is what I'm talking about prioritizing. You see some of this terrain stuff. What I'm working on right out here at this moment, what my priority is getting this here base done on this Sylvaneth here and some of these Sylvaneth. So I'm basically a lot concerned about flyers and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get me a bunch of flyers made up, and so I went down to the local doll store, and I don't be afraid to go in them doll stores now. I know, you know, if you're a hobbyist, sometimes you're going into the hobby store, of course, and you're going in to various railroad, model railroads and Hobby Town and Hobby Lobby and things of such. But don't be afraid to go in them dollhouse stores, because they got some, they can have some items now. I spend a dadgum fortune in there trying to buy leaves and little flowers and whatnots. And then as you see them over here, I am presently engaged in then putting little dots of dadgum flowers on and gluing them all up. It's a little bit frustrating, but not too much. Over here I got some ferns that I picked up down there. I'm gonna paint them up there, so it's like a laser cut ferns. And I got these flowers, and I got several other ones, and I'm gonna finish off that base right there. That goes Sylvaneth. Now, as you see out here, this is my painting table that I get. Once you get to this stage here, it's only a matter of time before you get paint slapped all over you. So I got this man here, I believe it's a Lord Castellian. He had some paint put to him because I has a leftover on my palette, some of that gold, and you know you're paying about $5 a pop for these gum Citadel paints. You can't waste a drop. So I had to prime him up real quick and throw some gold paint on him. Coming up to here, I got a couple fellers, or well, a feller and this here lady from Silver Tower that I need to get finished up. There's a dadgum ogre, I need to finish him. That's some suckers I had from a war machine, and they're just almost just about done. I need to finish them up and just to get them the hell out of here. Over here in the back, it looks like I need to put them on some bases. That's some old slaying-eshy crab claw women, and I'm gonna put them on them 32 rounds. And I was believing I was gonna do some type of a watery type base, because I don't know what, I believe fishmen are coming now. I really do. And over to here, it's looking like a bunch of dead gene stealers. I got them just coming out, just they running amok in my house. There's a Damon Prince, I believe. His wings is done, dry brushed up, ready for some sketching. I'm gonna get him a rolling, because this new 8th edition's got everybody, just another gene stealer. There's a couple of fellers that go with that other clan back there. I'm gonna rebase them suckers up to 32s. There's a branch witch, I believe. And here's a god dang, that's a pack of them dang griffhounds in various stages of finish. And there's the rest of them up in there. There's this sucker, this Blood Stoker, I believe I call him. He's just having his base finished off. I put a few skulls down in there, and he needs his base finished off and just his hair combed one time and highlighted, and he'll be ready to go. And then over to here, I got a whole mess of dadgums, another set of Silver Tower Zangors that I got off of eBay, and I already got them. They're already ready for the metallics to be put onto them, and getting ready for a quick sketch job, and I get them out of there and onto the dadgum table. Now there is a lot of various other things. That's just the stuff that's urgent right now, and then I got a lot of stuff else in the queue, and here's some of them. I got about 25 of these dadgum blood reavers, and they already pretty much been primed, and I believe I'm gonna sketch them out, and so I can get them out of here quick. And here's some blood warriors, I believe about 10 of them right there. And then on over to here, I believe there's a little gang of Gorka Morkas that I done drug out of somewhere, and believe I'm gonna have to somehow fix them up, and then you know you got a pile down here, pile down there, just a mess of dadgum tire nids and jean stealers and just some looks like some blood bowl orc stone down in there, and them people's just basically I'm gonna use for parts and whatnot. Other than that, but I got a few projects going on as you can see. But I'm gonna I tell you, none of them's got me overwhelmed. I'm not losing my mind to thinking that I can't do it, because I'm telling you, I done come up with some pretty quick methods. I'm gonna run through these dadgum blood reavers, and I can't promise you all this stuff's gonna be done by next Sunday, but I believe a good bit is gonna be done. And I gotta run several races, fight for a championship, put in about 55 hours down there at the railroad before I can even get started on all this. But I guess I'm gonna see you next Sunday, Lawrence. I reckon, if you ain't scared to come back around here. See you, boy. Right then. Well then, Piggy, don't you worry. We'll be back next Sunday.
Thank you for tuning in to the Lawrence Jameson Show. I'm your host, Lawrence Jameson. Goodbye.